Larirararã. Larararã. Larararararã.
You okay, Daniel? Where the fuck has he got to? Daniel, please answer me!
Stay cool. We'll get him back. Daniel? Where are you, buddy?
Andrew! Hey! You guys!
Oi, Ale.
I'm up here!
O que você tá fazendo em São Paulo, mulher?
Boy, am I happy to see you.
At least I'm not the only one damp and disheveled. Oh my god. Thought I'd lost you.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
Vim bater perna, falei, nossa, é corajosa mulher. Eu moro 2 horas aí, 3, né, agora de ônibus.
Not seen her.
E morro de preguiça de ir pra esse lugar. Quer andar de carro velho, amor? Que vem. Mas que chique. Oi, Paulo. Deu erro aqui e fechou. Uma coisa. Coisas de PlayStation. Esse Lu.
We'll try to forget I just saw this.
Rolezeira. Liberdade. Sr. Clark saindo da delegacia de polícia de Little Hope na tarde de ontem. Um novo desdobramento no trágico caso da família Clark. Uma multidão assistiu enquanto Anthony Clark, único sobrevivente do incêndio, foi liberado pela polícia. Tarde de quinta-feira. Coitado desse rapaz, deve estar vivendo um inferno, disse um transeunte. O Heraldo tentou entrevistar o Sr. Clark, mas ele não... Corta, né? Culparam Clark, encontrado no local com uma caixa de fósforos nas mãos, por ter causado incêndio. Clark deixou o departamento de polícia de Little Hope aos sons de Que Queime no Inferno. Cara, ele não morreu! Mano! Ele entrou na casa, mas não morre. Caralho! Então ele é o único sobrevivente. Chupeta de quem?
You see that?
Ele salvou ela salvou ele, acho que lá do incêndio, porque ele era o único bonzinho, né?
Stay on your toes. Anything could happen.
Ah, e essa foi a casa em que eles morreram.
No one in Little Hope is safe while you still draw breath, Joseph. You must die today. Not even your wife Amy was spared your lust to serve Satan.
Damn me if you must. You're not fit. Speaking of my late wife.
There is still fight in you. I must drive the devil out for the safety of everyone here.
Oh, no one is safe.
Joseph, do you renounce the devil and all his teachings?
I carry no sin. I'm no disciple of the devil. I'm only infected with madness. Roy, my Satan's servant.
We have to stop this.
Vou ajudar o Joseph.
Come on! Help me! Look! There can be no more doubting. This is witchcraft. More
Taca na
stones.
cara do pastor.
The devil must be crushed from within him. Do not flinch. The fate of Little Oak rests in your hands.
Lá vem o cara de novo. Ah, não.
What happened? Tell me.
We don't have a lot of time.
Time for what?
Look, John!
John! What are you doing?
I'm tired of running.
Are you crazy? We gotta
bem,
move!
John, please hurry!
Come on, you fuck! I'm ready!
Difícil acertar. Ele virou o random, aquele do martelão. Quem diria? Taca-lhe pau, dona.
How's that feel, fucker?
Isso aí, leva o martelão. Nossa, todo mundo A Angela tá escapando, ué. Ó, quebrador de corrente. O novo Daenerys. Nossa, agora ficou rápido a defesa. Isso, finalmente alguém dá essa cara. Ah não, filho, bate com o martelo. Chuta a cara dele, chuta a cara dele. E hoje eu vou chutar bem na sua cara. Puta, mas que defunto existente, caralho. Bate no defunto, né? Não.
Get in here!
enfia na porta.
We gotta go! Like now!
Me deixa entrar.
Andrew! Andrew! I need you here!
Se dependendo da minha habilidade de apertar botão, você não vai entrar não.
Don't move. Is it gone?
Isso. Enfia a cara logo pra
I
ele
don't
puxar
see it
você.
anymore.
Ok, Ale.
We need to figure a way out of here before that thing finds a way in.
Place looks like it burned down. Something here isn't right.
Something isn't right is this shitty town's motto.
Isso não é do Until Dawn? Qual deles é a foto? Não, a foto foi a que ele pegou. Cadê essa daí? Em que parte tá isso? Ah, em imagens. É, né? Eu não tô louco. Isso aqui é do Until Dawn, né? Sobrevivi a todas essas até agora. O balanço dela tá ali ainda. Enforcadona, enforcadona, enforcadona. James Ain, 4 de novembro de 1948.
You're gonna want to see this.
Angela and I were married.
This makes less and less sense.
Enforcadona, enforcadona, enforcadona. Fala que é ressentimento. Ok. Guia Moderno dos Pais, de Dr. Andreas Vogel. Já sabemos que não é bom.
What was that?
Gotta be the girl. Let's go find her.
O mais novo desse aqui é House of Ashes, acabei de lembrar.
She's in here.
What the hell?
Stay here.
O irmão mais velho colecionava disco.
Andrew, what's going on?
He knows I was about to confess all to the judge.
No,
Will
wait.
you protect me? You must.
Wait, this isn't right. No way.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This puppet was mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
This is crazy. These people have lost their freaking minds.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this
see
child
how.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's indulgence. Please guide me at this time. I seek your counsel. We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court. Carver, he's the evil one.
We have been swayed by malice. The truth hidden from us, but not by Mary. Reverend Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this town purged of all evil.
You're messing this up. Carver isn't the one you should be calling out.
What must I do to bring little hope back into the light? I fear the Reverend and what he is capable of. You have to stop Carver. It's him, don't you get it? He's condemning Mary to take the heat off himself. I know what must be done here.
Be still. What is the meaning of this outrage?
What I have just learned sickens me to my core. There are serious questions which must be asked of you. How can a man of God conduct himself in such a way? Mary,
Será que ele falou?
your suffering is at an end. You are free to leave.
Fool! Misled by a child! Do you not see what she is? The truth stares at you from the depths of hell, yet you see nothing. The devil's daughter has deceived you all. Not me. I see her. I see her! Satan's whore! You will pay heavily for your crimes. I was one of the first to fall under your spell. Now all of Little Hope is mesmerized by you.
I have not the words. Without you, I would be dead. You saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
But I didn't save you.
Narrador? Não?
You did it. It worked.
It did?
100% you made the right call. That jerk of a priest was the real bad guy.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I should feel great, but I don't. I feel nothing.
Come on. Let's get out of here.
You look pleased. What just happened?
We're all done here.
só ele, mano.
Hey! I'm talking to you. Hey! You should have stayed away. Never come back here. I'll never forget or forgive you for what you did.
I don't want any trouble, okay? We're going. And we're not coming back.
The only place you should be heading is hell, you goddamn murdering son of a bitch. That's him!
What?
Look out. That son of a bitch has a gun.
What the hell is this about?
You seem a little confused.
No, please. Wait. You don't understand.
Tá, esse é ele mais velho, quer dizer, o primeiro lá, que acha que
all
voltou
traffic
na
through
casa.
Little Hope. You okay, buddy? You seem a little confused.
Yeah, I'm
É o
fine.
motorista do ônibus.
I just want to get these folks to where they need to be.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Não tinha ninguém no ônibus. Mas eles vieram no ônibus, como assim?
Can everyone just shut up?
Foi tudo uma alucinação dele, meu
This
Deus.
isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here. Hi there. How you doing?
Meu caralho.
Excuse me, but we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny.
Por isso que não
Sounds like you
parecia
could
que ele
use a
tava
drink.
falando coisa com coisa.
Better not, thanks. Need to keep a clear head.
Por isso que ele ficou puto, porque tentou atirar nele.
Hey! You motherfucker, you! You take a goddamn shot at me? Quit hiding in there!
Hey, cool it. I was trying to help. Didn't you see that thing?
What are you talking about? Ain't nothing out here. Hey! They're coming.
I don't think he gets how bad a mess we're in. It's okay. I'm gonna be just fine.
Mano, que plot twist do caralho, bicho. Cadê uma conquista, perdão. Força interior. Mano, do caralho. Esse jogo.
But we will meet again. At least one more time.
Cara, eles se superaram. Isso aqui é melhor que Until Dawn. Tá, tem que esperar os créditos passar. Eu quero voltar lá e ver se tem diferença e não acusar o padre.
Oh, what is this that I can't see with icy hands takes hold on me? I am death, none can excel. I hold the key to heaven or hell. Oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over for another year? Oh, I have come to get your soul, to leave your body and leave it cold.
Pipitories.
To drop the flesh right off of your frame. The earth and worms both have their claim. Oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over for another year? Oh, death, consider my age. Pray do not take me at this stage. My wealth is all at your command, and you but move your icy hand. Oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over for another year? Nor age, nor youth, nor silver, nor gold, nothing satisfies me but your soul. The old, the young, the rich, and the poor, like with me, will have to go.
Yeah.
Oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over for another year?
Ou morte, você me pouparia por mais um ano?
Oh, death, won't you spare me over for another year?
A Conversation with Death, o nome. Kemis, o cantor.
Won't you spare me over for another year?
If it's no real. Queria saber quem fez a tradução. Mas ok.
You believe in God?
Absolutely not. We'll start believing. We are under attack by I don't know what. You wouldn't believe me even if I tried. Hell, I don't believe it and I was there.
In Sumerian myth, they say the souls of the dead went deep underground to the House of Ashes, where they lived on dust
Parece aquela estátua do exorcista.
by the demons of the underworld.
Cara, eu quero isso aí agora. Que ódio. E falam que dos 13 é o melhor ainda. Fechando o círculo. Entrevista com Will Poulter, Criando Demônios. Assista um pequeno documentário sobre a criação dos demônios em Little Hope. Assista uma entrevista com Will Poulter. Só dá pra navegar até aqui. Deixa eu ver aqui onde é que vai cada um deles. Ah, um save aqui. Ah, entendi. Que droga. Se eu der um continuar. Deixa eu ver onde ele vai me levar. Devia... Apesar que não adiantava, não dá pra fazer save a hora que eu quero. Eu acho que não vai dar pra selecionar... Continue, podia levar para aquela cena final onde eu decido as coisas.
Okay. Wait until you have a clean shot.
Não, continuar leva na onde salva a tia ou mata ela.
Come on, it's almost on us. Shoot the damn thing.
Droga. Ai, que droga, eu queria realmente ver a diferença ali do final, mas eu não vou fazer isso agora. Porque dessa parte ali já tá muito demorada. Vou ter que dar load no outro save e continuar dali. É mais uns 40 minutos de jogo. E quero ver o que tem de recurso quando você joga de 2 também. Tem que refazer, mas é longe ali daquela parte, né? Até onde ela sobreviveu. Vai demorar muito. Deixa eu ver o que tem nessa entrevista de bom aqui. Mas o que eu posso fazer depois é fazer offline o outro final e gravar e upar como vídeo. Porque é só um pedaço mesmo, uns minutinhos. Cara, a reviravolta foi muito grande.
Where are we? What happened? The bus crashed. We're okay though, just shaken up.
I don't remember being in any crash.
Well, here we are on set of Little Hope, part of the Dark Pictures Anthology. Tell me about the characters you play in the game.
Yeah, very exciting. I play Andrew, who is a student on this trip to the town of Little Hope.
You know this place?
No. I mean, I don't think so.
I also play Anthony and I play Abraham, all existing at different time periods in different places.
Is it tough to balance it all and to kind of jump back between these characters as you go through it?
A little bit. I've had a lot of help along the way, and we've been able to, for the most part, separate the 3 different guys. We have an amazing accent coach on set at all times, so she keeps me in check and puts me on the right part of the map when I stray too far.
Only the devil could create a demon who so resembles me. We do look alike, which I agree is pretty damn weird.
How tough is it for you to separate that and balance it all?
Yeah, it's interesting. Andrew being the character that I embody for most of the time was a little bit easier for me. I related to him naturally. He's this socially awkward, repressed student, and I certainly as a student was pretty socially awkward and repressed, so I could relate to him a great deal.
You seem uncomfortable around kids your own age.
This trip is actually my first time away from home.
Oh, you picked a real beauty.
Yeah, well, if I ever make it back, I'll sure have something to talk about.
The other character, Anthony, is slightly more immature, comes from a big family. I can also relate to that. And dealing with the family dynamic and playing that sibling friction was also something that I think a lot of people can relate to. And that was fun. Another sort of element of the challenge, which I really enjoyed. And then there's Abraham, is the third character that I'm responsible for.
We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court.
And the nice thing that exists in all three of them is this motivation to do good, to do right. And I think all three characters I really had admiration for. They seem to be like morally adept, and it's important to respect, I think, the characters that you play, or at least identify something within them that you respect. And I respected all three of the guys that I played.
I know what must be done here.
They're all so very different, and even the level of the accents changed between them. Is that something that's challenging to navigate?
Yeah, that's been really fun for me. It's been, when playing Andrew, I've been doing a relatively neutral American accent, but we sort of base most of the action in New England, so it does lean towards the East Coast, and it doesn't take on too strong of a characterization in either direction. The vocal work for Anthony is similar to that, but because Anthony lives within the 1970s, there's been a little bit of tweaking to the accent in order to accommodate the times. And then Abraham's an entirely different accent. It's been a bit of guesswork as far as constructing that accent, because there's no recordings of what people sounded like at that time. But I suppose the closest thing to it, we imagine, is a kind of Northern English accent. And my dad's from Yorkshire, so I've basically been ripping off what my dad sounded like when he was younger.
She talked in this really weird accent. Was that even American?
And also with the process itself is a huge, like a learning curve, like you say, with the performance capture. What's the process been like for you? Have you been able to adapt? Do you feel at home now wearing the helmet? And
yeah, it's funny. I mean, it presents a whole host of challenges. It can get a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
After a while, it can get a little uncomfortable. You never forget the first time you go for a wee wearing that headset, thinking, am I on some sort of screen somewhere in the studio right now? Can people see me weeing? But you soon get used to the headset and the pack that you're wearing. And I think the best thing you can do is try and remove that from the equation entirely and just make it about looking at the person opposite you. Some of the more physical stuff is challenging, because if you do want to move around and you do want to add a physical performance to whatever facial, emotional things that are being captured, you have to be careful that the sound isn't being compromised because of your movements. But, you know, in lots of ways it's been quite freeing too. We move at a great pace. There's little repetition over the same thing. There's lots of variation, but little repetition really. And we have an opportunity to move freely about the space pretty much. We're not confined to marks, and we don't have to relight every single moment. It's go, go, go. It's been 100 miles per hour, and I've loved the intensity of it. It's been great.
But we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny.
What's up with the fog outside? It's pretty weird.
Sure is a thick one tonight.
Actually, it's so thick it's stopping us from leaving.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You're, trapped here too, then?
It's a whole different pace, I feel, than what you normally, when you're setting up a scene and you shoot front to back, and then now it's kind of like you're just jumping in and you're just like stop, start, stop, start. It must be kind of refreshing in a way.
100%, yeah. You can start in the morning, and by lunch you've died and come back to life 4 or 5 times, whereas on a film set you would have had to shoot for several weeks to get that material. So you do blast through a ton of content.
Run! Get the hell out of there! Look out!
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool to see yourself in a video game. It's gonna be an incredible experience too. And then now your friends and family members can like play you in a game. That must be a whole weird feeling.
Yeah, that is really weird. It's strange enough seeing my face on screen in anything, but you're really mad and exciting, I guess, to think about being in a video game. I guess that's like a little kid's dream in lots of ways, so I feel very lucky.
It's incredible. And your friends are going to call you, but like, I killed you.
Yeah, I killed you 3 times. They're like, good to speak to you too, bud. Yeah, thanks for the call.
Would you confront your fears, or would you run away?
I want to say confront my fears. After this experience, I would confront my fears. Maybe previously I would have run away.
What kind of place is this?
It's one of those things where what you think you'll do is different than what you probably actually.
In the moment, yeah, 100%.
Oh, I would confront my fears, and then you're gone.
Gone. Yeah.
And lastly, would you explore on your own or in a group?
in a group, I'd have to. One of the best things about this experience has just been the camaraderie that's developed amongst the cast, and over a short period of time, shooting at this intensity, it's bonded us together really quickly, and I've loved being part of the team. A group of us in one room on this crazy journey together, so it's all about exploring as a team.
I'm just gonna say it. This is exactly what goes down in horror movies.
Well, plus than anything in the horror genre, we know what happens when you go off on your own, right?
100%. Don't do it.
They still do it.
And they still do it.
Let's go check out that room over there.
No, don't go check out that room.
Nope.
Don't go check out.
Or bring someone with you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go.
All right, Will.
Tanner, thanks a
a lot.
lot.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cara, é muito bom. Até agora esse é o melhor que eu joguei. Sinceramente. Deixa eu ver, tem mais uma.
I just saw someone in the woods. Okay, very good. We're freaked. Who's there?
Whoever you are, this isn't funny at all.
The demons are an integral part of the story of Little Hope. It's the crux of a lot of the things that happen, and that informs a large part of what we're doing. The starting point for each of the demons was the style of execution. They're based on a character that gets killed. That then informs how the character behaves, how it moves, how it sounds, and those are all brought together to give us that convincing, terrifying demon.
In order to make convincing demons, you need to ground them in nature. So what we do is we use our understanding of anatomy and our deep understanding of biomechanics and the principles of the way things move and the way things actuate, and we apply this to the demon design. We obviously start with the production design. The production design is a drowned demon. What we need to do then is look for extra reference. We have to look at stuff like autopsies. We'd look at what happens to the skin when it gets exposed to water for a long time. We have to look at creatures from underwater. We look at various types of fish. Loads of images and real-world reference helps, although it's slightly gruesome.
This particular demon we're looking at is the one that's been hung. We didn't want to show the whole of this character, and right from the beginning we said, let's focus on the areas which are the most terrifying. And so the overall silhouette of the character was to be like this twisted rope. Her limbs had coiled, and so we were exaggerating the metaphor of this hanging. 1,000 years of being trailed along the ground, it had worn away her feet, the bones being worn down, the nails being broken off. She'd been in pain for a long time. The most key of all of the elements was the face and how we framed that, and that was that broken, twisted neck, one eye remaining, a tear coming out because it's that last remains of her soul. The noose was digging into her neck, and her tongue was actually so bloated and grown that actually became a feature for us in the game, that tongue actually becomes a grapple to get hold of some of the characters.
To animate a demon, we would start with looking at how they walk or move forward. Some of them are dragging themselves, and then also how they would attack their victims, just flesh out the layout and the choreography of it. Mocap is a big help. Obviously, it's a lot faster than keyframing from scratch. So we decided to use it as a base for some of them, and then we would layer on top of that all the characteristics that bring them to life, even though they're dead.
The Crash demon in particular was difficult to work with because we weren't able to use motion capture footage, so that is going to be completely hand animated. So that meant we were really starting from scratch. All the other demons, we did use actors' footage, so we have a lot of actors with spikes tied to them, limping across the scene.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
On the Broke Demon, we asked the actor to use various props to try and achieve the sort of movement that we wanted. And I think he did a great job. It was really successful. We've had to, again, add on to that to help with the weight and the believability.
We take our initial cues for the sound of the demons from the visuals, and they look fantastic. But then we have to take the sound of the demons beyond the visuals to give them a really strong otherworldly presence. We need each of the demons to be individually recognizable whilst maintaining that uncomfortable unfamiliarity for the player. So at distance you might hear the chains clanking or the vocal screams. But when you get close up to the demons, you hear lots of detail, the cracking of skin, the creak of the chains, the breaths or the sound of the icky vomit. We really want the player to feel the breath through the sound of the demon on their face.
Angela, no!
When we're thinking about the camera work for the demons, one thing that was really at the forefront of my mind was trying not to show too much, trying not to lose all restraint, and I think that's a really easy trap to fall into with CG in general, and especially with games that you've got all these monsters that you've built and you've spent a lot of time working on, and it's really easy just to go straight to putting everything on screen. But thinking back to some classic horrors, classic monster movies, a lot of times there the directors had to use a lot of restraint and just show little bits and pieces because they didn't have that kind of budget or that kind of effect to really make it convincing. And there's something about that I really like, that I wanted to bring back to Little Hope. So when I was directing the camera team, I asked them to show little bits, little glimpses, a clawed hand here, a shadow on the wall there, the chains rattling, whatever the key characteristics were of that demon. The interesting thing with that is that I think sometimes your imagination as a viewer fills in the blanks in a far more terrifying way than we really could. So we tried to build up that suspense, working up to this big reveal where you finally see full on in the light this thing that's been hunting you down in all its gross, horrific glory. With the demon scenes, lighting definitely had a key part to play as well. It had to work complementary to what we wanted to do with the cameras, but also there's some very specific things you can do with lighting that really lent itself to this task. So one of the big ones was the use of silhouettes. The demons have really interesting form and really interesting shapes. They're very unusual, you know, these humanoid creatures all distorted, and we wanted to use that without revealing too much. So quite often we try to use backlighting, or the fog that's present all through Little Hope is a really useful tool for silhouettes, as you can have this nice separation with a brighter background and then have the creature dark in the foreground. It was a nice way to make them feel even more gross than they really were.
The Little Hope narrative is extremely multi-layered, and the demons not only represent the tortured souls of the characters, but they also represent the psychological trauma that humans can obtain through witnessing traumatic events. So when the game opens in the prologue and the main character is witnessing these traumatic events, we underscore this with really strong male Gregorian choir, which we use later in the game when the demons are attacking to really strengthen and reference that psychological trauma with the tormented souls of the characters.
Run! Now!
The broken demon's the most terrifying because of the way it moves. It's really unsettling because you can't anticipate where it's going to go next. All the limbs are breaking and it's all moving in a really erratic way. So if you were to try and escape from it, you wouldn't know where to go because it might go there or it might go over here. So that's the most terrifying in terms of unpredictability, I suppose, and having a deep effect on your psyche.
Interestingly, when you work at Supermassive, you get immune to horror. That's one thing I've definitely noticed. The powers of horror somehow get lost in me every time I'm watching a horror movie. I don't get so scared anymore just because I see this stuff every day. But doing those demon scenes, I must admit, even watching them back as they were work in progress, it was always like fairly distressing and fairly horrific. So hopefully some of that comes across in the experience for the player too.
Ainda assim não ficou claro se a garotinha é inocente ou não, né? A cena inicial é essa aqui, ó.
Stop it, James. You know I hate it when you don't take the things I say seriously.
Come on, sweetheart, I do. I just had a rough day today.
Can you believe they are at each other again? I can.
You're drunk. What a surprise.
I just caught the game with the guys, honey, that's it.
That's not it. Never is.
There's talk. Some of us may be losing our jobs. The factory...
You've been saying that for years. I'm more worried about Megan.
What's wrong with Megan? She looks okay to me.
Everything looks okay after 10 beers. Reverend Carson held her back after prayers today. That's 4 weeks running. She's not right. It's serious, James.
You worry too much about that kid. I can't deal with this right now.
Another surprise. You can't deal with anything. When would be the right time?
You're making a mountain out of a molehill. Getting yourself worked up for nothing.
For nothing? Single-handedly keeping our family together is far from nothing in my book. I could use a little help.
Maybe if we'd had kids of our own, none of this would be happening.
That's a real low blow. Don't you get how tough this is?
You're not the only one feels pressure. The factory situation is serious, Anne. Real serious. Not right now. Not tonight. No way.
Tanya's late. She always is these days.
At least one of us is out having a good time. Give her a break.
It's him I'm worried about. That guy's no good for her. All that new age bullshit. Reminds me of some creepy cult.
He came in last week. We shot the breeze a little bit. I like him.
That one's a classic. Legendary vinyl. Quit pawing at it, will you? Hey, Bigfoot, mind the goddamn vinyl, will you?
There's no need to be so tough on her. It was an accident.
Everything Megan does is an accident.
Damn ice. I'm going to start climbing through the window unless that door gets fixed.
Olha a irmã dele na foto, caralho.
Let me guess.
Por isso que ele odeia ele.
Iron again?
Ele acha que ele botou fogo na casa e que a família morreu por causa disso.
Dad's been drinking. Who could have guessed it?
They're always fighting these days. Getting predictable. Like a record that keeps playing over and over.
Dennis, for the 10 millionth time, will you shift that shit of yours up into the attic?
Hey, some respect. This is a valuable, rare, and sought-after collection. Think she was a Marine sergeant of past life.
What's curled up his ass?
Just Dennis doing what he's good at. Being really Dennis.
What a surprise.
Hey, Dennis. Hey!
Not now, sis. I'm busy. Hey! Quit acting crazy!
Jesus. You scared me, sweetheart.
I heard you talking about me.
Not now, Megan. I'd like to have a bath in peace. Take a break from this madhouse for a while.
Maybe you should talk to Mom and Dad.
It's not a great idea for me to get involved. You know what I'm like? I'd just upset someone.
They sounded more serious than the usual bullshit. They were talking about Megan.
She's done something bad.
I can't say I'm surprised. There's definitely something off with Megan.
I don't get why everyone keeps picking on her.
Okay, Mr. Shining Knight in Armor. Where's the little princess anyway?
Megan's gone upstairs. Maybe you could go check on her, if you don't have other plans.
I'll go find her.
Por isso que ele fica com a caixa de fósforo no bolso, inclusive, e acham que foi ele que botou fogo na casa.
Breaks it up, kicks a pass and sends Marcotte away, picking up Westfall. 2-on-1 for the moment. Marcotte to Westfall. Room for a great save and blood from Dio. Schwager left to Shingle. Then John Stewart in the south wing, moving up on Dallas Smith. Pass back, Shingle gets in, scores! Scored his second goal of the game so far as he picks up the puck off Teddy Greenspan and fired a second shot.
Primeira vez que eu joguei, eu errei e acordei.
Right between Cheever's legs. It was about 6 inches off the ice, and Cheever started to go down.
You need to keep an eye on your little sister. Mom is real worried about her.
It's okay, Dad. Tanya's checking on her right now.
You want to try raising a family like this? The devil himself would struggle with you guys.
Hey, Tanya. You up there? How's Megan doing?
Don't know, haven't seen her yet.
Keep it down, will ya? Trying to sleep here.
Now you've done it, Sleeping Beauty wakes.
Forget him, find Megan.
Relax, I'm on it.
Do me a favor. Quit yelling for a couple of minutes. House could use some quiet.
Sure, no problem. Not another sound.
Place is crazy enough without your 2 cents. It's all the noise about, anyway.
Just checking in with Tanya and Megan.
Good luck with that. Megan's a handful.
Diz que a menina é uma serial killer. Cara, ele não sobe a escada. Ou seja, não tem como evitar a cena inicial. Todo mundo vai morrer. Podia dar pra desligar o fogo. Ah, é, as notas dela que são bem ruins.
Anthony, where are you, goddammit? Anthony, I'm getting really pissed off! Anthony, I swear if you don't answer me...
You could be right about my family. I think so too.
Tanya, what's going on?
That little brat locked me out. It's fucking freezing!
Pode ser a boneca mesmo e tinha uma opção lá no final para destruir a boneca.
Shit! Megan! You in there? The kitchen's on fire!
Are you fucking serious?
Megan? Mom? Where the hell is everybody?
Anthony! Help!
Anthony! Hey! Up here!
What the fuck are you doing up there?
I got trapped in the attic.
Get to the balcony!
Anthony, help! I can't breathe!
Antes eu tentei ajudar a irmã mais velha, vou tentar ajudar a Megan agora.
Tanya, hold on! I gotta get Megan out! Megan!
O juiz.
What have you done?
Mom,
stop!
E aí o jogo faz você pensar que ele morre.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
Parece a abertura de filme de terror mesmo.
Well, what is this that I can't see?
fechar já também, Shiloh. Só queria ver essa abertura de novo. Muitas coisas você acaba deixando passar, sabe? E depois que você entende o final, fica mais claro. Obrigado por ter vindo, meu querido.
Hello. And welcome. I don't believe that we've met before, have we? No matter. Well...
Isso significa que ele fala comigo, quer dizer, com o Anthony, né? O tempo todo. O tempo todo. Cara, muito bem feito. Puta plot twist fudido. Da próxima vez eu vou jogar o Man of Medan, que é no barco, que dizem que é muito bom também. Solo, obrigado por ter ficado aí até o fim também. Obrigado, Ale. Obrigado, Chilu. Obrigado a todo mundo que passou por aí. Eu vou tentar, depois offline, fazer o outro final. E gravo um vídeo daí pra upar no canal. De como foi. Beleza? Beijo pra vocês. Se cuidem. Bom final de semana para todos. Silverzinho, obrigado por ter aparecido também, meu querido. E é isso aí. Quem precisar de mim, me chama aí nos WhatsApp da vida que eu tô por aí. Vou jogar alguma coisa offline ainda agora. Amanhã eu preciso tirar pó desse quarto. Beijo no coração de vocês, gente. Até mais.